with me, guys. Just adjusted my camera. For some reason, it wants me to put my orientation like this. So let's do it like this. We're live again, guys. Shaun Campbell 2.0. It's been a while. It's been a while. Okay, just got back from leg day. So yes, let's talk. Come on, here we'll talk about fitness, anything you want to talk about. I posted some videos recently that have been getting a little bit of traction here on YouTube. Because as you know, I'm trying to become a YouTuber. It's not an easy task, that's for sure. Just like everything in health and fitness or any type of goal you have, you got to be consistent. I haven't been consistent. So I'm on here live. So come here, talk, let's chat. No one's on here yet, really, but yeah, so it's me. I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, so join, follow me on there. And then also on YouTube here, subscribe, Shaun Campbell 2.0. Just posted a video a couple days ago about Andrew Tate and Bradley Martin having a bench press competition. It's getting a lot of action, okay? It's getting a lot of traction here on YouTube, so check it out. It's quite a fun little video. They do a bench press competition. You'd be surprised at the results. Andrew Tate's a little bit stronger than you think. Like, I thought it was going to be a blowout for Bradley Martin, because he is a big boy and he's a weightlifter guy, right? So, anyways, yeah. So come on in here, say hi, hit like, hit subscribe, all that jazz. Say hi to me on here. Let me know you're here. I'm in Toronto area, Toronto, Canada, that is. I talk about everything natural, bodybuilding, workouts, fitness, all that kind of stuff. Just started a 90-day transformation with about 4 people. So I'm going to start talking a little bit about that on here. Yeah, so I'm just hanging out, waiting for you guys to come on here. Who's on here now? Patrick Bateman, what's up? What's up to you as well? Thanks for stopping by, brother. Hey, Alexandra. Yeah, we're just talking about anything you want to talk about on here, or fitness, or whatever you want to talk about. How you doing? How you doing, Akiti? I'm probably not saying it right. And then the other one, I have no idea how to say it, or what your name is. So yeah, come on here. We'll talk about whatever you want. Workouts, fitness, leg day, anything. I did a video recently on Andrew Tate and Bradley Martin doing a bench press competition. Yeah, Alexander, my day's been good. How's yours? Got up nice and early. I even got a leg workout in today. Just got a leg workout in before I jumped on here. Because I was thinking, shit, I haven't been on here for a while. No, I'm in Toronto, Canada. It just looks like Vancouver with all the buildings and stuff. I'm in like a condo here in Toronto. Well, it's just outside Toronto. So I'm in the suburbs of Toronto, I guess. Yeah, it's quite the nice little view we got going on here. If you look real far back, you can see the CN Tower, but... Oh, you're in Vancouver, it looks the same? Not that it matters, but no, I am not content detective, whatever that means. But if you keep asking this question, I'll just have to, well, you know what? Let's just, how do you do this? Hide user on this channel. That's it. Done. Yeah, I like the bots. They're fun. Yeah, he's a troll for sure, so I just deleted his, whatever, I think you can block it or something. I just put hidden. I don't know how to do all this stuff. I'm not very good at this YouTube live stuff. But yeah. So anyways, I'm Shaun Campbell, Shaun Campbell 2.0. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, under the same name, Shaun Campbell 2.0. So it's Shaun Campbell 2.0. And then you can also find me on here, obviously on YouTube. So subscribe to me here. I talk about anything fitness, fitness entertainment, all that kind of jazz, right? So motivational stuff, natural bodybuilding stuff, workout stuff. I've talked about Wes Watson a few times, maybe 5 or 6 times on here. So if you search on my page, you'll find stuff about Wes Watson. I give exercise explanations, Like I said, the recent video I did with Andrew Tate and Bradley Martin is really fun to watch, and they do a bench press competition. Basically, they bench press 135 pounds as many times as they can, and see who can do it the most, best out of three, best 2 out of 3. So it's kind of cool. So what are you guys up to? Where are you guys from? Let me know where you're from. Tyrone, the kid, is from Vancouver, so that's cool. Yeah, the bots are here, bro. That's for sure. But that's good. At least someone's on here. Because you come on here, it's. Have you been to Thunder Bay? No, I haven't. Actually, let me think. Maybe I have. Let me think. Thunder Bay. I've been to Sudbury. How far is Thunder Bay farther than Sudbury from Toronto? Because I mean, I might have passed through. I've been to Sudbury, I know for sure. I'm not sure if I've made it out to Thunder Bay. That's a good question, my friend. Oh, Sudbury's close. Oh, Sudbury's close to Thunder Bay. Okay, so maybe, huh? But I don't think I've been there then. What's with the handle Yogurt Jesus? Is there a meaning behind the yogurt? Do you own a yogurt company or something, or what's with that? Akiti would obliterate Andrew Tate in what? At a fight or in a bench press competition? Okay, well, yeah, it's a catchy name though. It's a catchy handle, Yogurt Jesus or Yogurt Jesus, whatever you want to call yourself. It's a catchy one. Got my attention, and that's half the battle, right? So Akiti, a Ketty or a Kitty, or how would you obliterate Andrew Tate? I'm just curious. We're just having fun here, right? I don't, because in a fight, I think he'd be pretty badass. He's a kickboxer, right? Or he was a top level kickboxer. And he looks pretty athletic, and when you watch his fights, they don't look like bullshit. Because you know some people say they're fighters or whatever, but then they're really low level. But I don't think he is. I'm getting a lot of notifications on my email there for some reason. I think you just told me that I went live. So I get notification from YouTube that I'm live, right? So, hey, I'm live. I didn't know that. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, so I did leg day today. I did basically just a leg day, a flexible leg day. I just went in there and just did whatever I wanted type thing. Like I walked in the gym, and it was a pretty busy day in the gym, but I just went and did like the leg press machine for about 4 or 5 sets. Then I even did you know what I even did today that I never ever have done, believe it or not? Those hip thrust machines that the girls always do. But guys, we need to build a good set of glutes on a guy is a good thing, you know what I mean? So I went and did the hip thrust machine. Not even that heavy of a weight. I did about 3 sets, but I'm not used to like squeezing my glutes. I'm not used to doing hip thrusts, right, on a machine. So anyways, so I'm pretty sure my glutes are going to be sore. Hey, Yogurt Jesus, the membership for the Y is about $40 a month, which is a good deal. Because I have the Y right. Basically, you probably can't see. I think I show people. I'll see what I said. That gold, that yellow lighting right there. That building is all yellow, gold lights. That's the YMCA, my friends. That's how close I am to the Y. I go out my back door. I just go down the elevator and go out the back door, and it's right there. That's the YMCA. So I just walk over there, so I can walk over and get a workout in and walk back. But if I want to do videotaping and stuff, I'll go to my buddy's gym, so I got to drive there. Or if I just want to change the scenery, I'll drive to the LA Fitness because I have a membership there as well. Yeah, that's super convenient for sure. How much are memberships where you're at? Where'd you say you're at? Did you say you're in Thunder Bay or where'd you say you were? I can't remember what you said. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, if you're on here, subscribe to the channel. I need the support from you guys. Workout Warrior is a brand I'm trying to promote as well. Yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're on here, or hit like. That helps me out. Oh, you're in Thunder Bay, yep. And the nearby one is about $40. Yeah. Yeah, the Y is a good deal. And it's also like a family plan if you have a family at the Y, because it's a YMCA. So they give you like, for $40, I get myself, another adult, but there's no other adult here, just me. And then I think up to 4 kids or something like that thing or something, right? So it's like a family plan, all mixed in one. So I have my 2 daughters. My one 8-year-old's always here, so she comes with me. We go swimming. I went swimming yesterday with her. So yeah, so $40 for that, and she can come with me to go swimming and stuff. It's great. So that's a really good deal. Yeah, yeah. And then I have an LA Fitness membership that I'm keeping because they call it like a grant. You're locked into a grandfathered rate or whatever it is. Because probably about 15 years ago, I had an LA Fitness membership, and I got a deal on it for basically $240 for the year, so $20 a month. But if I keep renewing it, I keep getting that rate because I'm locked into a rate that as long as I don't cancel my membership, I keep it. So I keep renewing it anyways because it's only $20 a month, and it gives me that flexibility because a day pass is $20. So especially if I'm out and about, because the Y is just right here. But say if I got to drive somewhere, or I'm doing something, or I'm picking up my daughter, or I'm doing something, or I'm going over here, I can just drop into an LA Fitness because I have an LA Fitness membership. And $20 a month, like shit, I'd be crazy not to keep renewing it. So basically $240 for a year for my LA Fitness membership, and I just keep on renewing it. Yeah, keep it healthy is good. So I recommend you do the same thing, my friend. Keep healthy, keep active. You don't have to be a hardcore bodybuilder or anything like that. You just got to keep active, right? Don't put unrealistic expectations on yourself. Just as long as you're keeping active, keeping moving, all that stuff, it's all good. Bag chaser, I'm doing good. Does a bag chaser mean like you're chasing the bag, like the money? You're chasing the money? Like you're all about let's make some money? I'm a bag chaser. Yeah, biking's good, my friend. Correct. Awesome. Unfortunately, it's where we're all chasing the bag, because if you don't chase the bag, you don't pay the bills, and you don't pay the bills, you don't have a place to live, right? So it's just a matter of how much money you want in that bag, right? I guess you would say I'm a bag. Oh, I'm self-employed, so I'm chasing the money all the time, right? So if I don't chase money, the money ain't coming here because no money is being sent to me. I have to create my own money. So I run natural bodybuilding competitions, and I'm also jumping into the transformation challenge category, doing transformations for people, 90-day transformations, change your life, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to jump into that because I really feel like that's a calling of mine, or not calling, but something I really enjoy doing, getting people working out, getting people healthy and fit and all that stuff. And working with people that are not just hardcore bodybuilders, you know what I mean? Like I like the general everyday person. These are cool questions though. What's the fastest you've ever driven or been in a vehicle traveling? Well, I guess a plane, but I don't know how fast planes go, but that doesn't count. I know what you mean. You mean like a car or something, right? I don't drive that fast. I think when I was younger, I might have went to a 160 or something like that myself, but that's because you're like on those toll roads where you can just kind of go for it, and people go 140 is the average speed. Kilometers an hour, I mean. But I think when I was really a lot younger, my buddy had a sports car. Somebody went on the open highway one time. It went like 210 kilometers in some kind of car. I can't even remember what it was. Might have been like a Toyota Supra or something. I don't even know. But it went close to like 200 kilometers an hour. But that was so long ago, I don't know for sure. And it wasn't my car, and I wasn't driving. But now that I'm older, I'm just like a pretty chill driver. Like 120 is like the fastest I really go anymore. There's no need for because the kilometer, what's that miles? Like, is 60 miles an hour 100 kilometers an hour? So 100, so I don't know, I can't do the math exactly. But like 150 kilometers an hour would be what, about 90 miles an hour? So basically, probably most I've ever been is about 100 miles an hour. or something like that. How about you, Bag Chaser? How fast have you been? Yeah, Yogurt Jesus. Yeah, it's like some people just need a little extra motivation to get things going for sure. I should have been arrested for that shit, man. You're just asking me questions. That was a long, long time ago. That was my buddy's, and he even went. He went because he was a goody two shoes. Anyways, he went to like a went out in a highway when there was like no one around and just said, "Look how fast we can make this go." You know, you got an open road and there's no cars anywhere. So he went up pretty high. Maybe not that high. What the hell is 141? Holy shit. Yeah, 141 miles an hour is freaking nuts, my friend. Holy shit, it's like 220, 230 kilometers an hour. Yeah, I'm totally like the older you get, it's just not cool. I don't really give a shit about going fast. Like, you know what I mean? I just go the flow of the traffic, basically. Maybe go a little faster. And I try not to go a place where I'm in a hurry because I don't like the stress of rushing places. I like to be on time and no rush. And I don't commute to work or anything, so I don't have all this stress of being in traffic and getting, people get all riled up in traffic and stuff. Peg Chaser, you got some wild, good questions though. Like that's a good one. Is there anything I want to go live twice? Huh? I'm sure there are, but I don't know. Well, I can't think of offhand. But I'm sure there's times where you, or 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 even maybe go back and do it differently. Like maybe, but you can't. But you can't go back and change time. Things happen for a reason. All that kind of stuff. You gotta live by that motto, or you're gonna stress yourself out. You gotta live by the motto of like things happen for a reason, and whatever, and just go with the flow, right? Because if you think about the past or what you should have done or what I could have done, that's just that. That's called stressing yourself out, right? So you just can't worry about what you shoulda, coulda, woulda done. You gotta think about what you are gonna do and just keep going forward. I know that doesn't answer your question. I know you don't want that deep of an answer. You just want to know like, did I have a good moment in life? I want to go and enjoy that moment again. Sure, I'm sure it was me. But I'm all those guys. I always forget shit because I always think about ahead of me. I don't really think much about the past, to be honest with you. Some people are so good. My buddies they'll tell stories from the past. I'm like, what? They'll be telling stories that I'm in, and I'm like, I don't even remember doing that shit. Because for some reason my mind sort of blocks shit off and I move forward. Like they'll be telling stories from like high school days. I'm like, I don't. And they say, yeah, remember those girls, or remember that guy remember those girls that were they used to have a crush on you, or something. They'll be saying like, I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. And they're, yeah, her name is this. Don't you remember her? She had the dark hair, this, that, and the other. She was at your apartment or something, or whatever. She was at that house party and she was talking to you and all this stuff. We were making fun of you. Don't you remember that? I'm like, I don't remember any of this. Oh, thanks, Yogurt Jesus, for subbing, man. I appreciate it. Because, yeah, and I appreciate you stopping by. But, yeah, if you see me on here again, just say hi. Or if you see me post some shit, just comment on it or whatever, and I'll keep in touch. The toughest lesson I had to learn, and what did I learn from it? Hmm. Get car insurance? I don't know, because I'm gonna get pulled over for car. That's not a lesson. It's a lesson learned, but shit. Like I didn't have car insurance on my one of my cars one time, and I was driving it for a joyride or something. Got pulled over, and you get nailed big in Ontario for a no insurance. I didn't know the no insurance. Like you don't even know what the laws are until it happens, right? I thought it was just like a slap on the wrist, go get your insurance, buddy, you bad boy type thing. And they just basically fucking they hit you with a huge fine, like it's huge, like 5 grand or something, right? Fine, and then your insurance rates go up like triple for like 3 years, so you end up paying a huge penalty if you don't have insurance on a car. That's not even getting an accident or not. That's just being pulled over and say, "Can you show me your insurance?" And you don't have any, right? for that car. I had my other car was insured at the time, but I had a summer car that I would only take out once in a while, and I took it out for a spin, and yeah. So that was a piss off. That was a lesson learned. So now I have insurance on it. But my insurance, like, I paid the price for like 3 years worth of huge insurance fees. Yeah, anyone else on here? So if anyone's on here checking this out, subscribe to the channel. I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0. Barry Bonds, where are you from, my friend? And I'm far from rich, I wish. Well, I don't wish. I don't know what I wish. You just want to be comfortable and happy, right? Happiness is what we all strive for, my friend. But being rich is definitely not what I am. But Barry Bonds, where are you from? Oh, Calgary. Okay, cool. I used to go out to Calgary often to run a natural, you know anything about natural bodybuilding or fitness competitions? I used to go out there before 2020. I haven't been out there since 2020, before the COVID and all that bullshit. So since 2020, I haven't been out there, but I used to run natural bodybuilding competitions 2 or 3, about twice a year out in Calgary, and about once or twice a year in British Columbia, Vancouver. Start your first cycle, dude. Why? I don't know much about that shit. Because basically I run natural bodybuilding. I promote the drug-free bodybuilding. I'm no judgment against you, brother, but I don't know anything about cycles and shit. So, because I do it I promote and do it the natural way. But to each their own. My thing is, it's your body. Do what you want, my friend. You aren't hurting nobody. Other than yourself, obviously, if you abuse it, right? So be careful. Just know what you're doing, I guess. I don't know much about it, so I can't really help you. Yes, it takes long. Slow and steady wins the race. But if you're thinking longevity and health, the natural way is the way to go. But hey, it is what it is. If you don't abuse it and you don't do anything crazy, I'm sure you'll be fine or whatever, hopefully. But yeah, how old are you anyways, Barry Bonds? I'm sure Barry Bonds isn't your name, but the bodybuilding scene is big in Calgary. Even like okay, so you're a pretty young guy. Yeah, but you gotta think about long term, right? So don't do anything too crazy. Because you gotta think long term. Like, I'm much older than that, right? So I understand the wanting to get huge and all this stuff. Obviously, we all work out. We want to be the best body we can and all that kind of stuff, right? It's addictive, right? I understand. But when you get older, you're gonna hopefully like stay as healthy as you can, man. Because when you get older, you're gonna think more long term, right? Because right now I get to the age where I'm at, which I'm double your age. So I think about long-term longevity and being healthy and being fit and all that kind of stuff. Well, I work out at commercial gyms, basically. But my one buddy has his own studio gym where he trains clients and stuff, and I work out there if I want to videotape and stuff, so I don't bother nobody. But I go to like your LA Fitness and I go to the YMCA. Those are 2 gyms I go to. The main gym I go to is YMCA just because it's right here. Like I was telling some guy, that yellow light right there. See the yellow light of that building? That's the YMCA. I'm in a condo, so it's the YMCA right behind me. So I can literally go over there. And the YMCA is good. It's a brand new Y, so it has like good equipment. It's not as hardcore. I think some of the Calgary gyms kick ass because you guys really take the bodybuilding scene serious over there in Calgary. We give a lot of good bodybuilders, a lot of good natural ones too, because I used to run natural competitions out there. So we get a lot of good athletes competing, bikini competitors, bodybuilders, all this stuff. Yeah, it's big there. What gym do you work out at, or what gyms do you work out at? I might see if I know any of the names. I know some of the gym names just because when I run shows there, people would say, I want to thank my gym or whatever. Or shout out to my gym. So I think a lot of comparisons come from Airdrie, Lethbridge, where else? Calgary. No, I don't recognize Talisman, but I'm sure, and that's in Calgary. So you got Lethbridge, Airdrie, Calgary. Where else? Where do people come from? Some place called with an O. I don't know. There's a lot of little cities around Calgary area where they come from. Edmonton, obviously, but wasn't that close. Red Deer. What else? Why am I going blank on these places? Okotoks, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of these people would come from there to compete in the shows in Calgary. Because I remember there's a real big bodybuilding crowd out there. I think Red Deer, and there's someone that starts with an M. What was an M? I think it's an M. I could be wrong. Red Deer, Airdrie, Lethbridge, Okotoks, like you said. There's a lot. Well, my opinion on cardio, it depends what you're, because I guess if your goal is just physique, like only the visual, it's not that important unless you need to use it to get the extra burn off the calories. But for health and fitness, I think cardio is very important, right? Because you want a strong, healthy heart if you're thinking health and fitness, right? So I would say getting cardio in on a regular basis for the regular person is a good idea. Because you want your heart to be nice and strong, right? Even for bodybuilders, because even bodybuilders now are starting to do more cardio. Because people will be so worried about, oh, it burns off muscle. No, it doesn't burn off muscle. Just eat more food than if you think you're burning off too many calories, right? Then you can eat more food, and that's always a plus. Because you want a strong heart and a healthy body, right? When you're building muscle and all that stuff as well, right? Because you don't want to be, like, look good but be, like, fucking unhealthy as hell, right? What the hell, babyface? That's a wild question. How could I help you do that? What state do you live in that's racist? Not that I want to get into that topic on here, but what state is that? You're in the U.S.? Yeah, right now, Barry Bonds, I use whey isolates because I don't really want to. Because if I want to add like more weight or whatever, I'll just put more food into I'll make a protein shake and add like whole eggs and all kinds of shit in it, bananas, yogurt, whatever, whole milk, all that kind of stuff. I want extra calories. But yeah, if you want to use a weight gainer, go for it. It's just a way of getting more calories. But if you can get more calories in through food, you don't necessarily have to do that. But it's the whey protein that's hard to get in enough protein. So I'll add like a scoop of chocolate protein into some whole milk, add a few eggs. Like today when I went to the gym, I made a shake. I made just milk. I put ice in it too, just to make it taste better. Banana, like a half a banana, a cup of like 3.25%, like whole milk type vibe, a scoop of protein. What else did I put in it? Did I say 3 eggs? 3 eggs. And I actually put in a tablespoon of instant coffee just for the caffeine, right? So I blend that all up, drank it up, and went to the gym. So I do that often just to get, and peanut butter you can add in there too. Yeah. That's a good idea to add in your shake. Depends what your goal is. Like, the amount of calories you're eating is all depending on your goal and how much weight you burn off and all that shit. That's a wild question. I don't have a 40-yard dash time because I'm not an athlete or anything, right? I'm just working out for general health and fitness and all that kind of stuff. 5'9". I think right now I'm about 168. I don't have huge lifts in these things, right? I'm not a big, like 195 bench press for 4 or something like that. That's what I did recently. Squatted 275 for 4 recently. Deadlifted 360. these are all pounds, nothing crazy. I'm not a overly strong guy, right? I'm more trained for aesthetics and health and fitness and all that kind of stuff. I used to compete a lot in natural bodybuilding, right? But right now I don't do it so much anymore. But I still live the natural bodybuilding lifestyle and work out the same way. But I'm not at my prime anymore at that vibe, right? For getting super shredded and all that shit. And plus, I don't want to restrict my calories and all that and be so freaking obsessed. Even though I've done it many times, I've competed about 50, I think 15 times. I've competed in natural bodybuilding shows, but I haven't done it in a while. I got in, I once in a while get into like shredded shape for the hell of it. Bag Chaser is back. Bag Chaser. What are your lifts and all that stuff? CJ, you're telling me I should hop on TRT. TRT is the new thing, the new loophole for naturals. I don't want to do it. The only reason I wouldn't want to do it because for one thing, I actually tested my testosterone level. It was very high for my age, so very high for just very. They were it's so high they were shocked. But I've been keeping myself in good shape for a long time, and now I know why I feel young because I thought maybe I had low tier testosterone because I'm not that big of a guy. I thought testosterone meant you're huge. No, you can have high testosterone and not be huge, but you're just optimal. You're whatever. You're in optimal health, right? So I'm in pretty damn good health. But so, anyways, the TRT because I'm in my 50s, right? So TRT, they say once you start, you got to keep on doing it, and your body will stop producing. And since my testosterone's high already, I don't even want to fuck around with that. And I'm a natural bodybuilder, and I promote natural bodybuilding. I don't want to promote something then do the opposite, because I don't. I think TRT is useful for a person if they need it, but if you don't need it and you take it, you're basically on performance enhancing drugs, right? If you don't need testosterone and you hop on TRT, then you're abusing drugs, whatever. You're using drugs you don't need. Yeah, TRT. I'm a human being. I obviously we all fantasize on what if I hopped on TRT? What would happen? Like, yes, but then I also hate having to rely. I would hate to have to think shit and have to take this risk because they're saying once you get that level of testosterone to keep the only way to maintain that is to keep taking it always. And as soon as you stop, they even say there's a chance that your body might start producing less than it did prior to it. So it's like fuck. I don't want to jump on at 50 years old and have to take the shit every year, once a week for the rest of my life until I die. Like fuck. I don't want to have to rely on something unless if I went and tested my testosterone and said, "Shit, man, your fucking testosterone's in the tank," then I would strongly consider it. I probably would do it. As I have a friend who's my age who went and checked his testosterone. That's why I decided to check mine. So he checked his, and it was low. So they actually prescribed him TRT, and he feels much better. But he even says, "Shit, man, if you don't have to do it, don't fucking jump on it because it's a pain in the ass, right?" That's good, John. To be honest with you, 5'8", 160 is not that small, really. It depends on your bone structure and all that kind of stuff. And 15-inch arms aren't small. That's like a fit. You're a fit, muscular guy, based on those dimensions. And if you're happy with it, then fuck, that's all that matters. Because you know what? There's like guys, say these bodybuilders jacked up on juice, and maybe they're like 220, 5'8", 20-inch arms. And you know what they can't say at the end? Like how you put at the end? What'd you say? I'm a little guy with big guns, enough, and I'm happy with it. They can't say that. That's the hard part right there, saying I'm happy with it, is what a lot of people can't say. That's why they do drugs. That's why they do this. That's why they have body dysmorphia. They're not happy with it. Being happy with it is the hardest struggle we have in our life. It's almost about anything. Being happy with ourselves, being happy with where we are in life, That's the biggest fucking struggle we all have, right? Like, fuck, I struggle with, like, Shaun, try to be more happy, be more whatever. Just, like, I don't know. You get what I'm saying, right? Anyways, guys, if there's anyone new on here, subscribe to the channel, guys. We need some more subscribers on here. I'm trying to build this son of a bitch up. Live on the beach. That's fucking great, man. Yeah, John Smith. I'm 53 over here, brother. And we're about the same size. Like I'm 5'8 3/4", to be honest with you. When I do a tape measure, I'm exactly 5'8 3/4". But when I saw that, I said, "Fuck it, I'm 5'9". So if everyone asks you how tall, I say 5'9". It's 5'8 3/4", but fuck it. And I'm like, well, I'm 166 point something right now because I did like a bulk up, and now I just don't want to, like, now I've got so used to eating all the food. I like it because I'm not as shredded as I used to be. So I want to be more shredded, but I'm like, fuck it. But I'm enjoying eating this food. So it's hard for me to, I stopped the bulk and said, okay, now it's time to get into dieting phase and get ripped and shredded. But I just can't kickstart it yet. So I'm just so I'm getting kind of happy with this one because I like the thickness of my body and clothes and stuff and t-shirts and all that stuff. But the abs aren't looking as good as obviously as you would like when you put on the extra weight, right? What's jailhouse fit mean? I like that sound though. Like you don't go to a gym type vibe. You do like calisthenics and all that kind of shit, and work out on the beach and all that kind of stuff. Is that what you mean by jailhouse fit? Oh, you know the discipline. You just kind of do things here and there. And well, shit. If you're jailhouse fit and you're like that kind of shape, that's pretty good. You know what? As long as you're keeping active and you're happy with your body, then that's all that fucking matters, man. To be honest with you, you're not gonna live any longer just because you went to a gym, you had a gym membership, or you were being active on the beach, right? Being active on the beach, I would argue, is better than going to the gyms because a lot of people don't take care of themselves. Who smokes supplies? The big dog, Shaun Campbell. What the fuck? Smoke supplies. We talked before or something? I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0, motherfucker. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, Toronto condo. How do you know this? And who the hell is Smoke Supplies? Have we talked before? And to be honest, if we say living the best life, I prefer to live in a house because I lived in before the condo. I was in a house, right? I like the house vibe better. So I like a lot of space and privacy. So house vibes is better to me. Like that would be more living the life. Condos, I'm not really. I don't know. It's all right, but it's not the same. I gotta work my way back to getting back into the house vibe because the house life, the house living was more my vibe. Well, thanks, Smoke Supplies. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, so like, yeah, so make throw some comments down on some of the videos, man. I appreciate it. I'm trying to put up the shorts and keep things active. Like, yeah, as you saw, I just recently put up the video about Andrew Tate and Bradley Martin had the bench press off or bench press challenge where they did like who could bench press 135 the most times and the best 2 out of 3. That was kind of cool. Yeah, I'm a single guy too, but I have kids. But I'm by myself as an adult. I'm single, right? Like I know there's no other adults here, but my like I have my 8-year old here probably like every weekend, basically, right? She was just here. I dropped her off at school this morning. What did we do yesterday? I don't know. Swimming, that's it. I knew we did something different than normal. I took her to the Y swimming yesterday. She loves to fucking go swimming, right? But I'm like, no, it's funny. It's my ego gets me in fucking. My ego fucks with me because I went through a bulk up phase, and then during a bulk up phase you gain a bit of a belly, and you're not caring because you're wearing clothes and stuff, and it's fucking. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to. I'm not running around my shirt off. But then she wants to go swimming. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta go to the Y and take my shirt off and go fucking swimming, because I'm so used to having abs and stuff. I don't have abs by any means, right? So I'm about 15 pounds heavier than my normal weight because I wanted to put on weight and see how strong I could get. I went through a phase of lifting as heavy as I could, eating more, gaining some body fat, all that stuff. And now she wants to go swimming. I'm like, oh my god. But I gotta say, okay, buddy, it's not all about you. Get your fucking ego out of the way. The kid wants to go swimming. Let her enjoy going swimming. And enjoy it with her instead of worrying about whether you got a belly or not. so I went fucking swimming, like with my dad bod, rocking my dad bod. Anyways, that's my story. Because I would basically been putting it off for a couple weeks. Then I said, Shaun, don't be a fucking asshole. Stop not going swimming. Because I'm at my max bulkiness, right? I got my max fluffiness, you call it. My max belly that I've had in like 10 years. Or ever. This is the heaviest weight. I got to 168 point something. That's like the heaviest I've ever been. I've never been this heavy because I'm always keeping, for me, in really good shape is in the 150s, right? Like 152, 150, 152, that kind of vibe, like when I'm ripped and stuff, right? And I usually always keep in really good shape. My weight usually fluctuates 5 pounds at the most, so I'm never even 160. 160 for me is heavy. So I pushed myself up to 168 and fuck. Yeah, John Smith must have abs, of course. That makes sense, though. Fuck. Because when the girls, or the women or men or whatever want to go see strippers, they want to see what they don't have type thing, right? Because most men, like it's sad to say these housewives, whatever, say they're older housewives or whatever, their fantasy man would have abs and all that. Because most men, to be honest with you, don't. That are older, right? Because usually it's the first thing to go. When people get older, their abs go. Right now, like if I wouldn't get hired for a stripper job. Well, I wouldn't get hired because I'm 53 for one, but I wouldn't get hired because I've gained some weight around the waistline. But if I was going for that, I would have shred abs. I guess for the fantasy they want the abs, right? But they want for when it comes to a real person, just like with women, right? Us guys, right? Say our fantasy of a woman is different than what we probably have at home or whatever, for example. But there's more to a woman than just having the perfect body or the perfect whatever, right? Just like with the guys, perfect abs and all this kind of shit. There's way more to a person than that when it comes to relationships and all that jazz. But if you're gonna go to the strip bars and all that shit, you want to live the fantasy, right? And it's just the fantasy is not about like, oh, is he a good provider? Is he a good parent? Do we have conversation? Do we have things in common? No, it's just about what they look like. Yeah, true. But the problem is, fit guys in their 50s, there's not a lot of fit women in their 50s, right? And I kind of like, my taste is I like fit women, so it's usually much younger than me. And that gets you in trouble too. It gets you in trouble in the fact that you don't have as much in common. A 53-year-old doesn't have that much in common with a 32-year-old, right? When it comes down to it, like when it comes to a long-term relationship, that's where my problem is, right? Well, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I'm not really. I'm on the dating scene, but I'm not dating. But I'm available to date. Like I'm looking. But unfortunately, I'm not dating nobody. But I'm not against dating someone like my age, 50s and that. But to me, the health and fitness aspect of it all is very important. Because you just think of how little there are of men 50 years old that are in good shape. Now look, and same with women. Like It's a very small percentage of people that are very good, that are in good shape in their 50s. You said bye bye. Well, the difference between you and me, John, is I said let's do it, and so I got two little girls with two different women who are both in their 30s. They were long-term relations. They were, well, not long-term. They were relationships at the time, but they didn't last because I think the age difference is just too much when it comes to a serious relationship. Like what you expect out of a relationship, or what you know what I mean? Because yeah, because when I was younger and I used to date people my age, I never had so many. I used to have like long-term relationships, and you get along because you had all the same just goals and everything, right? You're building a life together. You're at the same phases in your lives. Like when I was in my 20s and 30s, I always dated people my age. Like most of my relationships were always like with 1 or 2 years of my age, like when teenager, 20s, 30s. But then when I got to about 40, I dated someone in their 20s. Then when I was 45, I dated someone in their 20s. So there you go. And that's where the relationships just started not working out long term. But at first, they're great. When there's a big age difference, the beginning of a relationship with a big age difference is amazing because you feel like you're the man, you're the provider, you're the one, you're taking care of business, you're handling shit. But then that becomes the power dynamic or whatever it is, or the dynamic of you feeling like a man. That ends. So yeah, so the ideal for me, my friends, is that I would like to find someone closer to my age that's really into health and fitness, and then we have a lot in common, and someone who's loyal, right? Someone who's like was willing to work through shit because there's always gonna be ups and downs. Typically, like, young women don't want to. As soon as there's some ups and downs, they're like, I'm out of here. This is bullshit. Whereas I'm not used to that because I'm used to like shit, man. People don't just walk out. Young girls will just fucking walk out. Like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm leaving. It's like, what the fuck? Where someone your age, a mature person, like, or whatever, someone at your level, or whatever, someone at your phase in life, they don't just walk out. That doesn't happen. When I was younger, people didn't just walk out. We work through shit. But I guess if you're dating, say if you're the older guy and you're dating the girls that are kind of hot in their 20s, right? They're like, okay, well, this ain't working. I'm out of here. Because maybe the two younger women that we dated, whatever, were very good looking, right? So they're like, fuck this. And they got their fucking choice of a lot of things, right? Because that's what we had in common here. They had the looks, I had the whatever, this, whatever. Anyways, I have two good-looking daughters from it. Two beautiful little girls. So there you go. Fuck it. I'm saying way too much here, but that's what YouTube lives are for. This is why people should come onto YouTube lives, because this is when these content creators and shit, because they're not editing their shit. They're just talking, and then they're gonna say some shit. Because when I'm sitting in front of a camera, I can control everything I say, and then when I edit a video and all that shit, like these YouTubers that make videos and all this bullshit, they can edit all the shit they say. They can have a script ready, but if they go on to YouTube live and they start talking, this is when you find out really who these fucking YouTube people are, right? The guys behind the channels. Even though I'm a small as hell YouTuber, but this is the me. When I start talking, there's no fucking script. I don't have no agenda. I'm just fucking talking. Did I know I was going to talk about this shit? No. Did I know I was going to talk about dating younger women? No. Did I know some guy was going to jump on here and talk about doing steroids? No. I don't know any of this shit. Did I know some guy's going to ask me how fast the fast I drove a car was? No. That's the beauty of YouTube Lives. So anyways, yeah, if anyone's on here, subscribe to the channel, my friends. Anyone new, subscribe to it. Oh, fuck, the Wes Watson racial rant. Yeah, that was fucked up on YouTube Live. Speaking of lives, see how they can't filter themselves and they say shit. Because that guy should not go on lives because he doesn't have no fucking. He's not. Because he didn't even realize what he was saying until after he tried to correct himself in that racist rant. It was fucked up. Like, the things he was saying was like, I can't believe it. Like, calling the guy, whatever. Like, I don't even want to say the things because I want to imply that I don't want anyone to have sound bites of me saying any of the shit he said. But yeah, he said some crazy shit. Like, he was definitely, there was a racist rant for sure. He can try to back out of it. At the end, he said, I mean, like, that's for white people too. No, you just said all that shit, and you said it wasn't white people at the beginning of the racist rant, and then at the end you said, oh yeah, that can even refer to white people who think the same way. It's like, what the fuck? It was a racist rant for sure, and it was crazy. It was crazy. Remember, have you ever heard the part where he said when he was in jail, he was part of the white Aryan Nation? Is that what it's called? I don't even know. Honestly, I don't know anybody's white supremacy bullshit. But he was part of one of those. But he said, well, in jail, you had to be part of that. No, by the sounds of it now, by the way he's talking, he was part of that shit because he wanted to be part of that shit. But now he realizes in general public, he can't be part of that shit. So he's got to watch what he says. But he got on a fucking live and he let the trolls got fucking bothering him. And he just fucking let loose and just started saying crazy shit. And the real Wes Watson came out. That's some scary shit. Because before he was pretty motivational and stuff, right? Like, I used to like the guy. I don't know if he's typically a racist per se, because he seems to have a lot of black friends and shit. But the shit he said, you can't walk that back, right? You said that shit. That shit was ridiculous, and a lot of the YouTubers are calling him out. See, I don't like to get into. See, I don't know if I'd even make videos on that stuff because I don't even want to talk about that bullshit, right? And it'd be funny. My two and another thing about that's weird about like that bullshit is that my two daughters are both mixed girls, right? So they're both, what do you want to call it, black and white. So it's just like I don't even want to touch the topic of that because I don't like talking about race and all that bullshit. I don't want that to be a conversation around my house, right? Racism and race and all that bullshit. So Wes Watson, and obviously if I have two black, basically mixed kids, right? Obviously now I've really lost respect for this fucking Wes Watson asshole. Because as you see, if you go on my YouTube videos, you'll see that I have a few rants about Wes Watson. But I don't get into, I haven't got into anything recently because I'm not going to even talk about his racist bullshit. Like, I'm not going to talk about that. MGOG, no you didn't. We're just talking about how Wes Watson had a racist rant. And it was a bunch of bullshit. And how he's a prick. Because he did. Cause that's the big talk on YouTube right now. Because I'm kind of in the YouTuber scene. So I'm totally not down with this racist bullshit. So it's not a racist stream whatsoever. We're saying we're against the bullshit. And this is why I don't make videos on this bullshit, because look at I don't even like, I'm uncomfortable just the word in my stream right now. The fact that this asshole just asked me if it's a racist stream is making me uncomfortable about my stream. Because I don't want any implication that there's any of this kind of crap coming my way. This crap does not exist in my house, does not exist with me. That's why people like Wes Watson, man, he has to pay the price for that. You can't go on live and say that bullshit and get away with it. But the funny thing is, people who subscribe to these channels and all this shit, yeah, I got a strong forehead. Thanks, brother. That's been something I've always had. That doesn't even fucking faze me, my friend, because I've had this strong. I was born and raised with a strong forehead. So what the fuck do I care? It's Wes Watson, not Wes Hudson. Well, YouTube moderator, I'm gonna block you in a minute, but in the meantime, I guess yeah, just a big brain in my big head. There you go. Funny is, I don't even have a big head. It's just that my hairline's always been. If you always stop, people will say, "Oh, your hairline's going back." No, my hairline's been this far back from day one. I was born with a hairline there. My forehead, I've always had the big forehead. Obviously, the glasses, but it makes it worse because it makes my eyes all fucked. But I can't read these texts if I don't put my glass on. My readers, what you want to call it. Well, guy, whoever you call YouTube moderator, we just blocked you because I don't need to like go back and forth about some stupidness. It's funny when people say things about people that you can't change. Like, what the fuck? Like, whether I have a big forehead or not, like that's totally out of my control. This is all genetic. Like, this is how we're born. We're all born a certain way. If I had a stupid haircut, you can make fun of my haircut. Or if you think my beard looks stupid, yeah, because I could. That's a choice. I could shave it or not shave it. If you think my tattoo's dumb, that's okay. You can make fun of me for that shit. But my fucking big forehead, I can't fucking change that. Oh, the bodybuilding expos? No, I've never been to. I've never been to one. To be honest with you, because yeah, see, I was so hardcore into natural bodybuilding that I didn't want to go promote those because those are always like IFBB related and all this shit. But now I don't give a fuck. So yeah, I wouldn't mind going to those things. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the big forehead. Some days you don't even notice it, and then someone will say something like, "Oh, well, fuck, maybe I do." I don't know why you throw in the Jewish part, but sure, yeah, I don't. We don't judge that either. I don't judge any shit. We shouldn't judge people. Know what you judge people by? You judge people by who they are. If they're an asshole, then we can judge that. You judge them by the characteristics and how they treat others, right? That's how you judge people. Like if you're not a good person, then you can be judged by that. Or if you do things that aren't good, then yeah, judge by that. Judge by their actions, right? Not by their beliefs, not by skin color, not by genetics, not by anything like that, just based on how they treat others. Like whether I like someone is how they treat me and how I treat them and how they treat others, right? You're basically judge them by their character, by their person. Like, if you don't like my vibe, then judge me by that. Say, okay, whatever. Not everyone's going to be everyone's cup of tea, right? Not everyone, we're not all made to be friends with everyone. We can't please, that's another lesson you'll learn in life that I need to learn as well. We can't please everyone. You know, you try to make a post or something, you try to make sure everyone's happy. No, you got to just be yourself, as long as you're not hurting no one, and don't worry about what people say. Because if, if, if or when I ever get big on YouTube, if or when, whatever, the bigger I get, the more popular I get, the more hate I'm going to get. Because eventually people are going to start saying, oh, your fucking forehead's so big, you look like an idiot. Like, that's going to be, like, common things. But since I'm not that popular and no one gives a shit about me, no one says much, right? So the fact that if anyone is making fun of me, if anyone starts saying negative shit, it means, hey, I'm getting attention. Hate comes with popularity or whatever the fuck it is. Like I don't know. You're starting to get somewhere when the haters start talking, right? So if you have no haters, because people hate on people they're sort of, I guess, envious of, or they want to knock down a peg or something, if that makes any sense. Yes, trolls are there to test you all. True, true, true. If you don't have a thick, not even necessarily a thick skin, you just gotta understand that these people that are saying this shit, half the time you read their post that the guy says his YouTube handle is YouTube moderator. So basically, we don't even know. If I were to actually click on it, it's probably no picture, no profile. It's some stranger, and I'm letting them affect my day. I guess it would be if I had an insecurity about certain things, you could trigger me. But that's my issue to work through. Why are you so insecure about certain things? And I'm 53 years old. If I don't fucking got a handle on who I am, then I got shit to work out. You know what I'm saying? If I'm still insecure, because I understand maybe being a bit younger, being insecure about certain things and things really bothering you, that's normal. But fuck. Hey, Leon. Anyways, where's everyone from here? We got John from Thunder Bay. Where's Onos from? Where's Mgog? Where's Leon? Where are you guys all from? I'm in the Toronto area, just outside Toronto. Texas, cool. Everything's bigger in Texas. I don't know anything about Texas. The only thing I know about Texas is, I don't know, Joe Rogan's out there. I know that much. Some of the LA comedians and all that moved out to Texas. Who else is out there? Fucking Christian Guzman, the Alpha Elite guy. He's out there. There's a few other big, Max or something is another guy. He's a famous fitness influencer guy. Max something. And then Mr. Beast Mode or where the fuck. There's a guy's. God, there's another guy. There's a few like YouTubers that are out in Texas. And there's a few celebrities out in Texas. Because it seems pretty cool to live out there. Because I guess the laws and all that stuff are different. But I guess if you're against it or not against it, because I'm in Canada, so we don't have gun law. We don't have, like, we're not allowed to have guns. But Texas, you're allowed to have guns, apparently. And I think Florida as well. John, what are you talking about? You're promoting a strip club? What? You. Oh, they want you to promote their strip club for what? No, I haven't got any crazy DMs yet. No, because I'm on here to like mostly promote bodybuilding shows and all that kind of stuff. So people only like I'm really in the fitness industry big time. So on my social media like Facebook, Instagram, and all that kind of stuff. So people only talk about me about fitness stuff, and no one ever. I never get crazy DMs. I never get any. No girls ever DM me. Nothing. Damn it, ladies! If you're interested, I know you're not going to see this. We're deep in the stream. We're out of here 63 minutes now, so no one's going to see this shit. Because if anyone goes to see the replay of it, they had to watch the whole hour to see this now. But if there's any ladies out there that are into health and fitness and all that stuff, and you're looking to date someone in the Toronto area, Shaun Campbell 2.0 here. DM me. I don't mind a DM. I'll take your DMs. Yeah, there's not many trolls in fitness as far as like stuff like that, like what you're talking about, like crazy shit. And I'm not big enough to get crazy shit. Like I think in the fitness industry, you gotta be like really big before people start bothering you, because there's a dime a dozen for people who have followings like mine, right? Like every fitness person has a like whatever workout videos and all this bullshit like I do, right? Like right now I'm just one of the million, right? Like for fitness influencers or whatever, like if I'm even at that level. But once I break out into a next level, I'm sure the hate's gonna start coming, and people are gonna say things about me, make up stories, all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm waiting on that. Or maybe I'm too old for that. It depends how big you get. If you get big enough that people really get pissed off with how successful you are, then the hate's gonna come. Like if I'm not saying I want to be a millionaire or anything, but if I ever became a millionaire, the hate would start fucking coming. Trust me on that. Like, because that's how it is. Because people will support someone if they're on the come up. Once they're rising up and they're not doing too great, you're a great guy, man. I love this guy. But as soon as you break past the threshold where you're successful or considered a big deal, now people are gonna like some will still appreciate you, but then others will just bash the fuck out of you, right? Because people love to fucking tear people down. But then some people will support you. But people will, the most support you'll ever get is when you're at the lowest. Like when you're at the lowest, like because they always say, like, say for you, if you're in a friend circle of people, and you're at the lower end of the friend circle, and everyone's up above you, then they're all gonna support you. Okay, Shaun, you can do it, buddy. Good job. Way to go. Way to go. But say your friends are here in your circle, you surpass that. These people aren't supporting you no more. They're talking amongst themselves saying, how the fuck did he ever get here? This guy's an idiot, blah, blah, blah. Why is he doing this and we aren't? It's true, because people are happy for you or support you as long as you're below them. The majority of people, not this isn't everybody. Let's just say 80% of people will support you as long as you're below them. They'll give you a helping hand. They'll help you out. They'll give you encouragement. But as soon as you pass them, now they're just going to start talking about you and not offer you help and all this kind of stuff. Because they're going to be like, why him, not me type mentality, right? Or he didn't even go to fucking university. This guy doesn't deserve all this shit. I work for the bank or whatever the fuck it is, right? Maybe I'm using some examples here that I shouldn't be using. Because there's one point, before COVID, I was rocking and rolling, right? Like, because I was running competitions and they were going really well and all that. But COVID fucking fucked up my whole business, right? And I still haven't got myself back on track. Because I was running events, right? So all events were closed. So all that shit got taken. So, I don't know, there's about a 10-year period where I was just rocking and fucking rolling, right? And that's when you start, I don't know, just realize all the haters and shit, right? Yeah, they hate Cali Muscle and Big Boy. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, all the YouTubers will pick certain people and they do all the videos. They do videos on Cali Muscle, Big Boy, Wes Watson, of course. Who else they do? Just all the new alpha males. That's the new people that people are attacking. Because there's a lot of idiot alpha males out there that are trying to do all these scams to make money and talking all this big game about a bunch of pussies and this and that. The alpha males genre is just a bunch of fuck ups. Bradley Martin doesn't really get hate, does he? People might talk about him in videos just because he's a big name, but I don't think he really gets the hate. Because he comes across as a pretty nice guy, but there are times, obviously they will attack him saying he's a scammer or something just because he's worth so much money, right? And his video, like he's a big deal. He's bigger than you think because he also manages other channels and other athletes and stuff that people don't realize it. Like the Sarah girl, whatever the hell he is, I think he manages her, and she's a big deal on there. He has his clothing line, all that shit. Well, he does from the fighters, yeah. Well, he created that drama, though. He said, I'm 260 pounds, I can take all you guys. He even joked, because he was on some podcast joking around about that. I said, man, I got a lot of fucking buzz from that, man. Because I don't fucking know if I could or couldn't. I just said it, and I said 260, and I said I could take any of yous because you're all too small. And it just went fucking viral. So he's even laughing about it. But he plays up, like when he's in cameras and the fighters are there, he fucking plays it up like, I'll kick your ass. I think Nate Diaz wasn't playing that game with him. He said, no. Or Nick Diaz. Which one was it? Nate. It was Nate. Remember he had Nate on his podcast, and Nate said, no, you couldn't. And that was the end of it. Like fuck it. Bradley Martin just dropped it. He knew what to drop it because he know Nate Diaz will fight you. And Nate Diaz will kick your ass. Like, you're 260. Nate Diaz is probably about 160, 170. No, sorry, he's probably 180 off season. Like, he's not fighting, so he's not that small. And then the guy's 260. He would kick his ass or choke him out because he's known now for the, like, I don't know, the boxing or whatever the hell. But he's more of a submission guy. He would just fucking take Bradley Martin down, choke him out, and it'd be over. Okay, now, because Bradley Martin would just try one thing. He'd try to grab his leg or some shit. He'd put a fucking guillotine choke. It's over. Like Nate Diaz is brutal. And even with boxing, the guy fucking beat Conor McGregor. That was fucking crazy when he beat Conor McGregor on that last minute fight they had. Like that was crazy. And Conor McGregor's beating his ass for 2 rounds, kicking the shit out of him, but he couldn't maintain the pace. And then Nate Diaz choked him out or some shit. Yeah, choked him out. That was crazy. Yeah, Nate Diaz, people think he does a Stockton style boxing, where the fuck they call it, the Stockton slap or whatever the fuck he does. But he's known for that now. But he's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy. That's his bread and butter. He's the guy you do not want to grapple with. But meanwhile, people think he's like the boxer guy because that's what he does now. Because he likes to punch people in the face, and he can take a shot. You see, I mean, he was getting his ass kicked brutally by Conor McGregor that first fight they had badly. And he kept thinking they're going to stop the fight. They're going to stop the fight, but no. Or even with Leon Edwards, right to the last, like 1 minute left in the fight, the 5-round fight, he was getting his ass kicked the whole fight, then almost put Leon Edwards out. Like, this guy's a fucking beast. He might not be pretty to watch, but he's a fucking beast. There's a difference between a fighter. They always say there's a difference between a person who approaches the fight game as a fighter, a real fighter, and an athlete. They say GSP is an athlete. Nate Diaz is a fighter. Okay? Just think of the two. GSP is an athlete. Nate Diaz is a fighter. And just think of the different contrasts and how they approach fights, and you see exactly what I'm talking about. He's a fighter. There's fighters and there's athletes. But unfortunately, because it's so technical of a sport and there's points and all that stuff, over time, the athletes are going to win. Right? The fighters, like the fucking... Who else is a fighter? Back in the day. Tank Abbott, like stuff like that. These guys are fighters. They go in there to fucking kill you. They don't have all the technique, but they're going to... But Nate does have technique. That's the difference. But he's a fighter. Mentality is of a fighter. Diego Sanchez, fighter. But he just went through too much damage. But he's a fighter. There's a bunch of other fighters, but the fighters aren't going to last, right? Because they take too much damage for one, and they're not as technical because it is a sport. It's becoming more and more of a sport, which they have to do for marketing. And people come up with game plans, strategy, all that stuff. Now it's a whole different vibe, right? Chuck Liddell, he's a fighter as well. I'm trying to think of who else are fighters, like fucking killers. They go in to fight. I wonder if there's any modern day fighters. I'm trying to think. There must be, like guys who are fighters. Well, love him or hate him, John Jones showed that he has heart, and he's a fighter too, because he's technical. He's an athlete. He's sports approach, but he shows he has heart when he fought Gustafsson or whatever. When he's getting his ass kicked for 2 rounds, then came back and won the 5th round. And he said that he was out partying all fucking night the night before. But basically, people who can dig deep and come back, those are fighters. Typically, the athletes are the ones that once they start losing a fight, it's over. Like even I would argue Conor McGregor is more of an athlete because he's a front runner. If you start beating him, he's not going to come back. You think Conor McGregor comes back in round 5 and wins? No, that's not how he fights. He will gang rush you in the first couple rounds and take you out. But if he can't do that, then odds are he's going to fucking lose. Yoel Romero, yeah, that's a fighter. He's built in a fucking lab, is right. Fucking guy's a beast. It's almost scary. They said this guy's built different. They said they had to do some eye surgery on him or something. I can't remember what it was. It was some minor surgery, but they said he had like more muscles than he's supposed to have. Like his muscle, like he had extra muscle development that wasn't supposed to be there. Or something. I can't remember what it was. It was something really weird. Like it says eye surgery. It's like, what the fuck is with this? There shouldn't be a muscle there. Like he's basically built from a lab. Yeah, he's a phenom for sure. Like he looks like he's on drugs, but then you see older pictures of him. He looked like that all the time. He wrestled in the Olympics and he looked like that. So it's almost like maybe he's not on steroids. What the fuck? The guy looks like he is. Oh my god, that's wild. There's a thing called genetics. There's some genetic freaks out there for sure. Like every once in a while, you'll see them. You'll be at the fucking beach. You'll be somewhere and there's kids playing. Like, what the fuck? That kid's got abs. The kid's like 5. He's got shoulders, like rounded, like even rounded delts and abs. It's like that's just not right. But it's cool. That's where you see genetics are a big thing. But then lifestyle can affect that too. You'll see like parents that they're really out of shape and that, but their kids are really fit. But then you realize their parents probably were once in good shape, but their lifestyle made them into this. So there's no excuses for this. All right, guys, sorry about that. My phone just died, so I put it on the charger here. So I'm standing by like the bright light and everything by my charger. So we're just gonna end this shit here. But yeah. So if you're here, I'm in a weird light. Let me just. So if you're still here, guys, just subscribe to the channel. Check out the other videos and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna jump off here. I'm in a weird, like I said, I'm in a weird light here. So I'm right by because I'm under. You know, your kitchen is under lighting and all this shit. So I'm under. I got my phone plugged in on the charger. See. Got on the charger because it died and I wasn't paying attention to my thing there. So anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for checking out the, yeah, good night, brother. Thanks for checking out the live stream, Shaun Campbell 2.0. Subscribe to the channel. See me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all that jazz. And I will talk to you another time, guys. Thanks a lot.